How's it going, everybody? Codename Soap here, coming at you today with just a quick video. So this week, when this goes up, I had to do some traveling for work. I had to fly back to Texas, down to Austin. I love Austin. And do some work. I had to go and train somebody that the company I work for, we hired, and they got hired to the same position I am. They're just, you know, in Texas. And so I had to fly back down there, help get them trained up, you know, say hi to a few people, shake some hands, kiss some babies. You know how this life goes. Anyway, so because of that, I did not get to record on the days and times and stuff that I usually would. So this week, there won't be the usual videos. There'll be this video instead. So this week, no Skyrim, no Outer Worlds, no Slay the Spire, none of that. So, sorry for that I didn't get a chance to do that, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. We'll be coming back next week. Now, speaking of next week, we're at a point in Skyrim specifically where, if you saw the last video, we had to unexpectedly end Beyond Reach. So that's two big mods that we had to unexpectedly end, cut short for completely different reasons. And at the end of the video, I'm like, all right, you know, hey, this is something that happens. We're gonna go back to Skyrim because that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, I went back, looked over, you know, my notes that I kind of make myself for every one of these. Sorry if I hit that microphone and it made a noise. Apologies. But essentially every one of the story, you know, based Skyrim videos and series that I do, I will make notes of, like, I want to do start here, end here, and in the middle I want to do this, and, you know, just have it all flow forward, and I leave some gaps open for, hey, you know, maybe the world will tell its own story and we can incorporate that in. So Beyond Reach was way down here in my list. And by down here, I mean it was basically the last thing that I was supposed to do. Which means that as of right now, I don't have any more story other than the ending to tell. If you have been watching these videos, if there's siren going on out there, and if you can hear it over this and the music, apologies, but I'm gonna power through this because that's the kind of professional I am. Anyway, so if you have watched, you know, the various Skyrim series, usually the last episode is, you know, a little bit of gameplay, but a lot of, you know, just telling the end of the story, because a lot of these stories, it's hard to actually create it in-game, especially when, you know, it's like different characters are meeting each other. It can be difficult. It's not hard to do. It's just slightly time-consuming to have, you know, one character created, film them, split the screen, have another character created, split the screen, and have them, you know, interact in a somewhat seamless way, I guess. This one is not going to end that way exactly, and there will be a video of this, but to summarize all of this, I'm basically at the end of that Skyrim story, and as I had said in some previous videos, whenever I got done with this Skyrim, I was done with Skyrim, and I thought to myself recently, like, I don't want to go out like that. I don't want my final, you know, Skyrim thing to just kind of end like, oh, well, it ended like that? Not, you know, because of storytelling reasons, but because of, I expected it to take a while, and, you know, for things to happen, and the world to tell us its story, and we combine it with our story and get to these other places, and I had to cut it short, and I don't like that. It's not setting well, or sitting well with me, and I'm not gonna end all of Skyrim like that. No, sir. We're still gonna end the story, the Bloodline story, in the next video, next week. But what I want to do after that is I want to do something, one possibility, and you guys are gonna choose this ultimately. One possibility is something I've never quite done right. I have dabbled a smidgen here and there, and that is this is one idea, is to do a pure mage build. I don't have a story, so if you know, if that interests you as far as like how I would approach doing just a pure mage, which is something I've sort of done with, there was Arcane Assassin, so technically was using magic, but I was still doing archery and sneaky sneaks and throat slashes, so it's like, is it really pure mage? It's not, in my opinion. And then there was the Executioner, which was mostly magic. There was some swords, some one-handed stuff in there, but still not quite pure mage. I've done live streams where I tried a pure mage and just didn't quite do it, and I've been formulating and thinking some things, you know, just like, all right, how would I do it? Where would I go? So on and so forth. That's one idea. There have been enough people over the years that say like, well, why don't you do a pure mage? So that's an option, but I don't have a story at all. I am still on the decision that I've made that any storytelling I do, I'm kind of saving in my mind because I want to write a book, and I've got a couple of ideas for different books, possibilities in mind, and I just have to decide on one, and I want to start writing it this year, essentially. And then the other idea is, so there's the pure mage. You know, just go through the game, tons of mods, you know, we just pure mage it up and see how crazy we can make magic. That's, you know, that's an idea. And I don't know how long it would go because I don't know, like, okay, obviously we do the Mages Guild and we do some other things, but where does it end? I don't know. The other one, though, is another, here's something I've never done before, and that is a completionist run of Skyrim of, in an entire series, we get every single achievement. I've had something, not really close, but close to this in, it may have been Arcane Assassin, and it might have been Resurrection, where we got the Oblivion Walker achievement, which I had never, up to that point, gotten, where we got all 13 Daedric artifacts, if I recall correctly. And so I have never 100% Skyrim when it comes to achievements and things of that nature. And there's some other things, like I'm actually gonna just look at it. I've got my Steam pulled up here in front of me. It's not gonna show on the screen just because I'm not recording the screen. But let me do a little something here. Let me click on this. Let me do some achievements. So I'm just gonna kind of look here, like in, you know, the special edition, for example. I haven't done like the main story as far as achievements go because I've been using mods, and mods automatically disable achievements. I've seen some mods that make it to where mods don't disable achievements. I'd have to look into it, you know. But other things like find 13 standing stones, buy a house, escape from jail, get married. Oh, it's 15 Daedric artifacts, not 13. I was off by 2. You know, shout stuff, defeat a legendary dragon, buy 3 plots of land, build 3 houses, all of the Dawnguard, Dragonborn, and basically Hearthfire stuff, because there's adopt a child as one of them, change your face, tame and ride 5 dragons, own a house in Raven Rock, discover 30 locations. So basically, all of the achievements, I mean, I want to do every single one of them in one series, is an idea. But also, if I do that, because one of the achievements, let me see if I can find it. I thought there was one that was to get your character to a certain level. Like there's Adept, level 10, reach level 25. I could have sworn there was like a higher one up there to reach, oh yeah, Master reach level 50. But I want to do another thing I've never done, which is I want to get to level 80 so I can fight the Ebony Warrior. I've never done that, never once. I've never gotten a character up to level 80. I've gotten some characters in the like 40, 50, 60 range before, but that was it, because I was like, oh, a new character. So that's another idea. So right now, I'm asking you guys, what would you like to see? Just a pure mage, no story, no idea where it's gonna go, just basically play it until I'm happy with it, or do every single achievement that Skyrim has to offer in not one sitting. No, thank you. I don't feel like playing for days straight, no thank you. But in one series. So we could, you know, dabble in magic, of course, because we have to get into the mages thing. That's one of the requirements. And of course, we'll hit Thieves Guild, we'll hit Companions, we'll hit Dawn Guard, we'll hit Dark Brotherhood. We will basically get every guild, we'll do the Civil War, the main quest, the whole shebang. You name it, all DLC, all main quests, all primary side quests. All of that we'll do in one run. So if one of those interests you, let's hear it. If there's something else that I haven't thought of that you guys want to see, then obviously I would love to hear it. But that's it right now. So Bloodline ends next week. I don't want to go out like that. We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out. If you know some old school hip hop. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you guys later.